Yeah, you. Come on here, Kofi.
Oh, probably.
Yep, love you too, bro. Sit down. Oh, we gotta take a picture. I'm sorry.
Outside, yeah.
Oh, no.
My bad. Good.
Here we go. Last year, at the Red Pill Experience, we made an announcement. What was the announcement last year at the Red Pill Experience?
Rookie of the Year.
Kofi was Rookie of the Year. He found out with a small group of us, and I feel like he cried. I don't know. I got the video. I can go back and read the tape. How did that feel?
It was surreal. In the same experience that James had throughout that year, there were so many moments that like I was just like, am I supposed to be here? Like, am I really doing this? Like, there can be so many doubts that can run through our minds when we take on something that's challenging. And throughout many times in those years, I had to borrow confidence from Jerome, and it allowed me to understand that what I was doing was, I mean, in those moments, it's hard to see it sometimes, but we're making such a huge impact on ourselves, but also for so many people around us. And like setting this amazing example, like when I heard it, like it was, I mean, even just thinking about it now, I'm just like, I was able to really just like, I guess you saw before I did in many ways, but like, I was like, wow, like, I trusted the process, I followed the steps, and I did these things, and we have so much inside us that we may not be able to see at this like very moment. But if we can continue to like believe in ourselves and like continue to put in the work, the things that we can do just can be so much bigger than what we truly think is possible right now. And I think it's so important to not give up on ourselves when we're in those moments, especially when it gets tough. You know, it's like you have that workout, put in those last couple reps. You're there, you know, on a sales call. You know, someone says no, call that next person because you don't know what difference you can make in their life. When we're, you know, hear that alarm at 5 a.m., get up out of bed because that could be the day that you change, not just your life, but like hundreds of other people's lives. So all I have to say is, you know, if you have a vision, continue down that path because oftentimes you'll achieve so much more than you ever thought you could.
I love it, man. Last year you were trying to get over 100,000 submitted, and this year you've blown through having that much paid for. How does it feel to have continued success? Because I'm sure, in fact, you told me you were questioning whether or not you were actually the Rookie of the Year. You were questioning whether or not you become the person. I would assume that would mean you would have less production if you weren't that person. So you feel like you proved yourself right yet?
Yes. There's a certain feeling that I think this is common with a lot of people that like achieve a very large thing, but after you achieve something very big, you can start to question like, okay, like was this a fluke? Like, you know, am I really this person? And then there becomes this expectation that's now placed on you to continue to achieve more and more and more. So I went through a bit of a depression right after the Rookie of the Year experience, and I was like, man, like, what if I'm that, you know, one-hit wonder? What if this is a Vanilla Ice story? Like, I don't know. I was just like so, I was doubting myself, but I was like, okay, like I'm gonna continue, and like, you know, we had conversations about it, and I was like, I'm gonna continue down this path, I'm gonna continue believing, and then, you know, having that ability to not focus on myself, but just focus on the other person I was talking to. You know, in every single meeting, focusing on that person that was sitting or on cross of the computer screen or across the table, and like just focus on helping them and realizing that that's the things that allowed me to get there. And yeah, it happened again. And at this point, I'd be crazy to deny. You know what I've done. So.
I am him. I am him. Thank you, Kofi. All right, so we go